There are 5 building blocks to every Joomla template. Number 1 is the template details.xml file. It's our table of contents. Our index.php gives the framework for the template. Everything in the CSS directory is our style, fonts, colors, layout. The images directory has our images. And then every folder in your template needs an index.html file that's blank for security. These are the building blocks that we'll go through in the next several sections. Alright, so it's time to get started. You should have a Joomla set up either on a local host machine or somewhere on the web that you can now start to build your template for. We've got our 5 building blocks. Let's dig in. The first step then, create a folder called test inside your templates directory. Create a file called index.php and then create a file called template details.xml. Let's take a look at how to do that. Throughout this course, I'm going to be using the software called Coda that I talked about in session 2. I'm on a Mac, obviously, but again, this works the same way on your PC. In Windows, you want to be in your FTP program to do some of these things, because if you're in just your desktop trying to use Notepad or trying to create these files with Notepad, sometimes it can give you a problem. So recommend opening Dreamweaver, your all-in-one program, or your FTP program and text editor, and follow along. Alright, so I'm in my Joomla template localhost setup. I'm going to double-click in Templates and just create a new folder called Test. And as you can see from this directory, we have the Bees template installed, JA Purity, Milky Way, the System template, another template called Elevate, and now our test folder. Inside Test then, I'm going to create 2 files, one called index.php and one called template details.xml. And please note that these are case-sensitive files, so make sure that you put the capital D in the template details.xml. Alright, so building block number 1 then, the template details.xml. It's the table of contents for your template, absolutely required. In these sessions, all of the things we're going to copy and paste into our files will be located below the video in the session notes, as you can see. There's 2 ways to approach this course then. Number 1, just watch the video all the way through, and then try each of the parts on your own. The second option would be to watch the video, pause the video, do what we're talking about in the video, and keep up that way. You know what? Everybody's different. I'm going to let you decide what you think is best. But we're going to talk about it first and then demonstrate it each step of the way. Alright, so let's get our template details.xml file started. The first thing we have to do is put in some basic information. The install version is 1.5. The type equals template. That's required. A name for the template is also required. That's how Joomla tells what it is in the back end. The version, this can be anything you want. Let's put 1.0. The creation date, of course, we can say anything here, but since this is being recorded in April of 2010, let's put it April 1, 2010. The author name, this is your template. Feel free to put that in. That is the bare minimum that you need for your template details.xml. We'll save that, and now we can actually go over to Joomla, go into our back end, and choose our new template. So something's wrong. My template isn't here. Now I wanted to use this as an illustration. During this course, your typing is really important. One small error, one small typo, in some places even a comma or a semicolon, can destroy everything. Well, there's a simple explanation as why my template's not showing up here. I misspelled template details.xml. I may have all of this correct, but if the file name is wrong, well, you know what? That's just not going to work. Rename this to template details.xml. Come back over, hit refresh, and look at that. There's my template. Good illustration about how important it is to make sure your typing is correct. It will drive you crazy later on, so double check everything as we go through. I'm going to click that and make that the default. Come over and hit refresh, and of course there's nothing there because my index.php file is completely blank. However, it's still a valid quote-unquote template for Joomla.